What's going on, guys? Peter back again with the Rx8, and today's project is going to be a simple one, but one that many people probably have issues with, so I wanted to fill you guys in. Just received this little package here. I'm going to put the link in the description for you guys, but this is comes out a new leather shifter boot, and it does come with many different colored stitching. I decided to go with the they say gray. It is like a light gray stitching, and that will match what I've got inside perfectly. So we'll go ahead and start getting that on. I grabbed my trim piece tool. It's a very simple project. You're gonna need a, I believe, Phillips head screwdriver. When we get that out, I'll show you guys that, but also wanted to show you real quick. So I've been parking the Rx8 here now for probably 2 straight days. I think I backed it up a little bit and put it back, but started it up, revved it out every day, and I threw these boxes down here because my oil cooler line was leaking. And after going down to Velocity, having them actually change out the oil once again, just because I noticed it was a little overfilled and it was getting dirty. They did notice that the line was leaking, and I drove it around that whole day, came back, and it's not leaking anymore. So kind of cool news. So my guess is that the seals were getting worn out, and by driving it around, getting it heated up, it opened up some seals and fixed it. So back to the shifter boot. So it's a very simple process. If we look at our old shifter boot here, we can see this one is really torn up. And this actually feels like fake leather here. It's very thin. I don't know if that's the stock one or if this was changed out. But very simple process on changing this. You're basically just going to use your trim tool here. And first you want to slide open your little cubby hole here. And then get your trim tool down in here and just pop up. Okay, and just be careful because sometimes these plastics can be brittle. And then you're just going to kind of pull up on that. Okay, that's going to allow us to now kind of access the underneath. And up under here, now not every car has it, so these are the seat heaters, sorry. And we're just going to unplug those. And the next step is we're going to undo our shifter knob here. And what that's going to do is allow us to pull the boot over. So set that off to the side. There is a little plastic grommet here that's got threads that you definitely want to hold on to. And that will just basically allow us now to pull that completely off. And you can see down in here how dirty and nasty that is. So we're going to vacuum that out and clean that out. And if I flip my shifter piece upside down, you're going to see here there's some Phillips head screws. So we're going to go ahead and bring this inside. I'm actually going to clean this whole thing down really well, and we're going to get this shifter boot put on. And if you look at the new shifter boot, much nicer leather. First off, they put little holes in here, and that's going to be for your screws, and it's going to snap right into there. So let's go ahead and get this off and bring it inside. So this should be pretty easy. We're just going to go ahead and take these Phillips screws out. And it should just pull right up and allow us to release from these little clips. And now we can toss the old one away. And what we're going to do is find these little holes here. Probably first line up, make sure. Okay, it looks like it's gonna. Right there. I'm gonna go ahead and line up these slots on the boot, and then we're going to basically just loop in the hooks. Looks like everything's gonna line right up. Okay, so I'm gonna be honest, I could not figure out an exact lineup for this boot because none of the cutouts really would line up perfectly, but it looks like it's gonna work perfectly. So I'm gonna show you what I did. The main two things are these two end pieces here that actually, this one slides onto a little peg and this one slides right over a little slot. So what I did was I lined up the boot slits to be right over those, and you have four slits, one here, one here, one here, and one here, which no matter how you do it are not going to line up to these screw, where the screws go into, the little plates that stick out. But that doesn't matter because the boot itself is going to be out of the way from where the screws go in. So after doing that, fortunately, all the little hooks that hook in had lined up perfectly with a slit in the leather. So my guess is this is more of a universal style boot. They'd probably use it for many different cars that have the same size. But it fit on very, very nicely. I'm very happy. The second thing I wanted to point out is on your plate here, you have this silver piece that that is what the boot attaches to, and it snaps up under here. This just pops out very easily. Just be careful, and you're able to clean up underneath here where a lot of gunk buildup gets there from the boot deteriorating and just dust and dirt. So I went ahead and cleaned that, and we're also going to clean up underneath where our shifter is, and then we're going to snap all this back together. Now it does go together fairly easy. You're just going to snap this in. Make sure you line everything up. Oh, it goes like that. And then you're just going to snap the two sides in. Okay, and then your boot is going to do the same thing. It's going to slide right over like that. Just make sure your screw holes line up on that. And we're just going to put our Phillips head screws back in and get this thing put back in the car. Okay guys, so as you can tell, it does look a little twisted now that I've got it in. There's a couple of things. The stock boot, if you look at it, it's got a plastic piece that's inside there. The new one did not come with that. I guess that they, in their mind, they figured you would just take it out of this one. But mine is all cracked into pieces. Just trying to get it taken out. It's actually in quite a few pieces. The second thing is, let me go ahead and get this knob off. Because I tried a few different things to make it look right. I pulled the leather up through the little chrome cap. As you can see, it's really wedged on there. And I thought maybe I can get this to work. But the main thing I noticed is it seems, let me see if I can get this boot stretched out. I know this one seems as though it's quite a bit taller. So, and that could be because the way that this folds down into that little round cap. So what I'm going to try to do is fit this, or I'm going to go down to the auto parts store now and see if they do sell the little ring that goes on here. And if they don't, I'm going to try to cut it and fit it, and I'll update you guys on that. Alrighty guys, so I think I went ahead and resolved the kind of messed up looking boot here when we got it in, and that little plastic piece that we needed. What I did was I went ahead and folded the boot in with my finger. So basically, if I take this old one here, it would be like taking this and pushing it down in like that with it on the vehicle. And what I did was I pushed it down and kind of pulled it up with my fingers till I created like a little kind of dome, reverse dome basically, like a reverse volcano. And got it set in there nicely. And then I took our chrome cap here and I used super fabric adhesive and kind of covered the whole bottom of it and pushed that down lightly. Now this takes about 2 hours to set. So once that sets, this is how it's going to look. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that now for a couple of hours. And the reason why I glued that piece in there is because I was playing around with it and I thought I could just lay it down in there, but the metal piece would slide between the leather. So I figured that glue is going to kind of give it like a seal, as well as keep it from pushing down underneath the leather and then the leather coming back up. So I feel like this is going to work great. If I have any issues with it, I'll give you guys an update in the comments. But hopefully this helps you guys out. I really like the way that this looks right now. This leather is very soft. Once again, I'll give you guys a link to where I purchased this on eBay. It did ship from the United Kingdom, so it's not a cheaply made product, but it only cost, I think, 20 bucks with shipping. So I'll give you guys a link, and there's a lot of different colors you can order for your car. And as you can see here, I went ahead and I'm doing a video on taking the entire center console out, if I hadn't mentioned that, and cleaning this down so you can see I got all the soda and everything out of this. And that'll be posted shortly after this one. Have a great day, guys. Hopefully this helps you out with the shifter boot. If you have issues with cracking, ripping, tearing, this is a quick, easy, inexpensive replacement that's actually better quality than the stock one. Have a great day. Like, subscribe, share, and don't forget to comment and ask questions. I will definitely get back to you.